My sister's rejection led to my journey of self-discovery when my sister told me I didn't meet the beauty standards for her wedding. I chose to embark on a solo adventure to Bali. As I shared glimpses of my transformative trip, her angry messages poured in. I never imagined my own sister could wound me so deeply, but in the end, I'm grateful for it. Her words sparked the most incredible month of my life and taught me a profound lesson about self-worth. My name is Clara, a 27-year-old graphic designer working at a mid-sized marketing firm in Portland. My sister, Olivia, is 30 and thrives in the finance world. We were always close, or so I believed. Growing up, Olivia was the golden child, straight-A student, cheerleading captain, and prom queen. I, on the other hand, was the creative, introspective type, content with sketching or reading rather than chasing popularity. I was happy being me. Last August, Olivia got engaged to her boyfriend, Ryan, a decent guy in real estate with a comfortable income. When she flashed her sparkling ring, she bubbled over with plans for her dream wedding, set for the following July. I eagerly offered to help with anything she needed, and she seemed thrilled. We spent hours scouting venues, sampling cakes, and curating Pinterest boards. I even designed her wedding invitations for free, which she loved. "Of course, you'll be my maid of honor," she said one evening while we browsed bridal gowns. "I can't picture anyone else by my side on my big day." I was ecstatic. I dove into planning her bachelorette party, researching bridesmaid dresses, and organizing a detailed list of wedding tasks. I was determined to make her day unforgettable. The first warning sign came with Olivia's subtle jabs about my appearance. "Clara, have you tried contouring? It could really highlight your cheekbones," or "longer hair is so much more elegant. Have you thought about growing it out?" I brushed it off as wedding stress. Olivia had always been appearance-focused, and I figured she was just projecting her nerves. Things escalated when she insisted on a bridesmaid boot camp, demanding we all lose 10 pounds before the wedding. When I said I was happy with my body and wouldn't diet, her smile tightened. "Clara, I just want everyone to look their absolute best. This day has to be flawless." I should have seen the red flags, but my love for her clouded my judgment. I agreed to eat healthier and exercise more, but I refused to starve myself. The breaking point hit in April, 3 months before her July wedding. Olivia invited me over, and I assumed it was for a bridesmaid dress fitting. Instead, she sat me down on her pristine white sofa, her expression grave. "Clara, we need to talk about something serious," she began. "I've been thinking about the wedding party, and I've made a tough call. I don't think you should be my maid of honor anymore." My heart plummeted. "What? Why? Did I mess up?" I asked, clutching my coffee. "It's not about anything you did, it's about the vibe I'm aiming for." She avoided my eyes, then finally met them, and I saw something new: disappointment. My photographer cost $6,000, the videographer another $3,800. "This wedding will be in Portland Bride magazine." I stared, confused about where this was going. "Clara, I love you, but you're not bridesmaid material. You don't photograph well, you're not the polished type. I need my wedding party to look unified and glamorous." Her words hit like a punch. "Are you saying I'm not pretty enough for your wedding?" Olivia flushed, but didn't deny it. "I'm saying this wedding is about creating perfect memories. I need bridesmaids who fit the aesthetic. Haley, Chloe, and Natalie have that timeless beauty. They photograph well, know how to do their makeup, and dress the part." She gestured vaguely at my jeans and vintage band tee. "You're more artsy and natural." I couldn't breathe. "Olivia, I'm your sister." "Exactly," she replied. "That's why you'll understand. Family supports each other, right? I still want you at the wedding, front row, taking photos, maybe helping behind the scenes. You're so organized." The casual cruelty was staggering. She wanted me as her unpaid wedding planner while her beautiful friends posed for photos that would adorn her walls forever. "I need time to process this," I managed to say. "Of course," she said, hugging me as I left, as if she'd done me a favor. I drove home in a fog. At my apartment, I stared into the bathroom mirror. I saw the same face as always: brown eyes, freckled nose, auburn hair to my shoulders, and a smile others called warm. I wasn't a supermodel, but I'd never felt unattractive. My boyfriend, Ethan, called me beautiful daily, and I'd had relationships before him. Yet in my sister's eyes, I wasn't good enough for her wedding photos. That night, I called our mom. She said, "What? Mom's voice rose with every word as I recounted the conversation. She wants me to coordinate instead of being a bridesmaid because I don't match her aesthetic. There was a long pause. Clara, I'm so sorry. That's not the daughter I raised. I don't know what to say. What do I do, Mom? You hold your head high and remember your worth isn't tied to Olivia's opinion. Honestly, she's so consumed by this wedding she's lost sight of what matters. After hanging up, I sat in my living room, mourning not just the hurt but the sisterly bond I thought we had. Olivia, my lifelong idol, had deemed me unworthy of standing beside her on her big day. But as the tears faded, anger sparked, not at her, but at myself for even considering she might be right. I tallied what I'd spent on her wedding. $400 for the engagement party, $320 for the bridal shower, $900 for the Vegas bachelorette I co-funded, $220 for the bridesmaid dress I'd ordered, and $500 for the KitchenAid mixer she wanted. Over $2,300 to celebrate someone who thought I wasn't pretty enough to be in her photos. That's when it clicked. I opened my laptop, canceled the mixer purchase for a full refund, and browsed Olivia's registry. Luxury linens, fine china, high-end appliances. I closed it without buying a thing. Instead, I searched flights to Southeast Asia. I'd always dreamed of solo travel but lacked the funds or confidence. Now, I had both. Bali beckoned with its white beaches, ancient temples, lush rice fields, yoga retreats, and vibrant cuisine. A round-trip ticket and 4-week stay would cost about $2,700, perfectly covering what I'd saved for Olivia's wedding. That night, I booked my trip. The next morning, I called Olivia. I won't be coordinating your wedding. I'll be in Bali for 4 weeks, starting the Tuesday before your big day. Silence. Bali. You're missing my wedding for a vacation. You made it clear my presence isn't important. You don't want me in your wedding party, so I'm choosing something that makes me happy. But you're my sister. Important enough to stand beside you. Another pause. I thought so, I said. Have a beautiful wedding, Olivia. I'm sure your aesthetic will be perfect. I hung up before she could reply. The weeks before my trip were a whirlwind. I secured a visa, bought travel gear, researched activities, and booked accommodations. I took 4 weeks off work, using vacation days I'd saved for something special, though I never imagined it'd be this. I started working out and eating better, not for Olivia's standards, but to feel strong for my journey. Ethan was my rock. I'm proud of you for choosing yourself, he said. What Olivia did was unforgivable. You deserve better. My parents were conflicted, understanding my choice, but worried about family tension. I explained I wouldn't pretend Olivia's behavior was okay just to keep peace. Word of my Bali trip spread. My cousin Sophie was furious on my behalf. Olivia did what? Clara, you're stunning, and you're her sister. My friend Brooke was blunt over drinks. Olivia's always been jealous of you. You have this effortless beauty and talent she's never had. She works so hard for perfection, grades, looks, boyfriend. While you just are, it probably drives her nuts. I'd never seen it that way. Olivia was the successful one in my eyes, but Brooke's words made me realize how much pressure Olivia put on herself to be flawless. Olivia wasn't handling my absence well. She pestered our parents and friends for details about my trip. She's panicking that you won't be there, Mom said. She thought you'd cave and coordinate. She was wrong, I replied, getting a pedicure to prep for my adventure. 2 weeks before the wedding, Olivia showed up at my apartment, eyes red, smile forced. Can we talk? I let her in, curiosity winning. She glanced at my packed bags and travel gear. You're really doing this? Yes. Clara, I might have come off wrong. I wasn't saying you're not beautiful. I was stressed about the photos and the magazine feature. You get it, right? I stared. You said I don't photograph well, I'm not glamorous, and I don't fit your aesthetic. What's that supposed to mean? She squirmed. The photographer has a specific style. I wanted everyone to look cohesive. It wasn't personal. How is telling your sister she's not pretty enough for your wedding not personal? Her mask cracked. Fine, yes, I wanted my bridesmaids to look a certain way. Is that a crime? It's my wedding. The truth was out. Thank you for being honest, I said. Now please leave. She cried, real tears this time. You can't miss my wedding over this. You're my sister. Tell people I'm living my best life in paradise. She stormed out, slamming the door. I felt shaky but proud for standing my ground. An hour later, she texted, I hope you realize you're breaking Mom's heart with this stunt. I called Mom immediately. Olivia said I'm breaking your heart. Is that true? No, honey, Mom sighed. I'm disappointed in Olivia's behavior. Your dad and I agree she crossed a line. The weeks before my trip were calm. I wrapped up work, arranged for my neighbor to care for my plants, and prepped mentally. I started a travel journal, bought a new camera, and treated myself to outfits that made me feel amazing. Ethan helped pack the night before. This feels like a big moment, he said. You're becoming a new version of yourself. He was right. The old Clara who'd have caved to Olivia was gone. This Clara chose herself. Olivia sent one last text before I left, last chance to do the right thing. I turned off my phone. The flight to Bali was long but magical. I chatted with fellow travelers, read 2 books, and watched the sunrise from 36,000 feet. Landing in Denpasar felt like the start of a new chapter. My first Instagram post, my feet in the sand with the caption, "Made it to paradise." Solo adventure begins, got 50 likes and supportive comments within an hour. My Seminyak resort was breathtaking, with a balcony overlooking the ocean. I spent my first evening watching the sunset, proud of myself. The first week was a blur of new experiences. Sunrise yoga on the beach, exploring markets, reading by the pool, and dining at new restaurants nightly. I got a Balinese massage, learned to cook nasi goreng, and tried surfing. But the real transformation was internal. Free from Olivia's judgment, I saw myself anew. Travelers and locals alike complimented my smile and energy, making me feel radiant. In Ubud, I met Lauren, an Australian travel blogger. Over dinner, she marveled at my Instagram. Your engagement is amazing and your photos are stunning. Ever thought about a travel blog? I'm a designer, not a writer, I said. You're a natural, she insisted. Your captions inspire and your composition is great. That planted a seed. The Gili Islands were pure bliss. Crystal waters, pristine beaches, and total contentment with my choice. On Olivia's wedding day, I posted a sunset photo on Gili Trawangan, wearing a flowing white dress from a local market. My skin glowed from weeks in the sun, my hair fell in natural waves, and I radiated peace. The caption read, "Sometimes the best choice is yourself." 4 weeks in paradise taught me beauty comes from confidence, adventure, and freedom. Grateful for this journey and the people I've met. Bali Vibes solo travel, choose yourself. Within hours, it had more likes and comments than anything I'd posted. People called me radiant and inspiring, sharing stories of choosing themselves over toxic relationships. Olivia's text started at 11 p.m. Bali time just after her ceremony. Really? Beach photos on my wedding day? Then, you're so selfish. Mom and Dad are disappointed. Everyone's asking where you are, and I have to say my sister chose a vacation over me. I didn't respond, laughing with new friends over dinner. Her messages grew angrier. Your social media stunt is embarrassing our family. You're acting like a travel influencer. You're trying to make me look bad. The final one made me laugh. I'm glad you weren't in my wedding. Ryan's sister would never do this. I showed it to my friend Megan, who said, "You dodged a bullet." I replied to Olivia once, "I'm sorry you're not enjoying your honeymoon. I hope you reflect on how we got here. I love you, but I won't be treated as less. Enjoy married life." Then I blocked her and went swimming. The post from her wedding day went viral, with 520 likes and 90 comments by the time I returned home. Travel bloggers reached out, and my confidence soared. I felt capable, adventurous, and beautiful, not by society's standards, but because I lived authentically. Ethan greeted me at the airport with flowers. "You're glowing," he said, spinning me around. My parents came for dinner and Mom hugged me tightly. "I'm proud of you. Olivia was obsessed with your posts during her honeymoon." Dad added, "What she said was wrong. No sister should make another feel that way." Olivia's reaction intensified post-honeymoon. She'd spent her Mexico trip fixated on my posts, furious at the positive response. She told Mom I planned the trip to upstage her. Mom shut her down. "Clara went because you said she wasn't pretty enough. You shouldn't have been so cruel." Olivia texted me 3 weeks later, claiming she was under pressure and hadn't meant to hurt me. She'd forgive me for missing her wedding if I forgave her. I called Ethan. "I want my sister back, but not the one who said those things." He suggested setting boundaries. I replied to Olivia, "I love you and want a relationship, but you need to understand why your words hurt and apologize sincerely. You said I wasn't attractive enough for your photos. That's about how you see me. Honesty is the only way forward. Her response was instant. I apologized. What more do you want? She didn't get it. I sent her my wedding day post and comments, asking if she still thought I wasn't pretty enough. She never replied. 8 months later, we barely speak, exchanging pleasantries at family gatherings. It hurts, but I won't pretend her actions were okay. Bali changed me. I've taken solo trips across the Pacific Northwest and am planning another international adventure. My travel Instagram has 1,500 followers, and I've started freelancing, designing travel guides. Olivia's judgment showed her insecurities, not my flaws. The support from strangers, friends, and Ethan affirmed my worth. Recently, I ran into Haley, one of Olivia's bridesmaids. She was awkward. I felt bad about what happened. Olivia was stressed, but she regrets it now. I smiled. I hope she's happy. She is, Haley said, but things aren't the same in our friend group. Some of us were uncomfortable with how she treated you. Olivia's quest for perfection cost her more than just our bond. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.